I've noticed there are two types of guys: those who need to have some feelings before going to bed with someone, and those who can separate physical intimacy from feelings. I posted about it on our True Gay Connections group, and I was surprised at how many identified with the first type. For so many years, I thought I'm the only one who ties in emotions with being physical, and I felt like an alien for wanting that, for feeling more connected to someone after sleeping together, rather than getting up and leaving in a hurry as soon as it's over. So we have these two types. Let's call them emotions first and physical first. The physical first type is usually easier on the hookup trigger. They only need to feel physical attraction to be fully ready to go to bed with someone. Emotions first usually need to feel some emotional connection before sex, and it's a range from just having a quick chat and liking the person, all the way to dating for weeks or months, or actually falling in love before they're ready for physical intimacy. Another interesting thing that happens: emotions first guys might develop feelings after the act, which is usually the opposite of the physical first type, who would likely want to walk away when it's done. Now, I'm generalizing here, of course, but you've probably experienced some of these scenarios yourself. Here's what's happening. We are told from day one that gay culture means sexual freedom, hooking up, not getting attached. The bars, the apps, the whole scene, it's built for physical first. And if you're emotions first, you start thinking something's wrong with you. So, what Bobby called being a bad gay, I call emotional intelligence. Knowing yourself well enough to honor what you actually need. I spent years forcing myself into hookup culture. I thought if I just tried harder, I'd finally get it. I'd finally be able to separate feelings from sex like everyone else seems to. And I'll finally be able to enjoy and have fun without limitations. Each time I couldn't, I felt more broken. More like I was failing at being gay and I'm missing out on truly living and being liberated. Now, that's so much different than how I see things now, but back then, it looked very real. And if you need emotional connection, but you force yourself to have sex without it, something inside you hurts. You're going against your own wiring. You might end up feeling empty, maybe even used, wondering why you keep doing this to yourself, and finally learning at whatever age to stop forcing yourself into these situations. Now, quick pause here. I've got a private weekly newsletter where I share more insights like this to help you navigate gay life at any age. You can find the link to sign up for free in the video description. Now, here's what nobody talks about. When you're emotions first and you're in bed with someone, you are willing to drop your armor with them. You're sharing real intimacy. You can't just flip a switch and make that not matter. Physical first guys, they've learned to keep an armor on, even during the act. And I'm not judging that. It's a skill, honestly. The ability to protect yourself emotionally, to maintain such strong boundaries, even in intimate moments. It's a survival strategy for keeping safe. And yes, it can also mean you get to explore and have fun without the emotional weight. But like any armor, it comes with a cost. And we have to understand that. When you spend years keeping your armor on during your most intimate moments, it gets harder to take it off when you actually want to. One guy told me after 15 years of hookups, he didn't know how to let someone close anymore, even when he wanted to. Now, I often see these patterns coming from how we learn to connect with people when we were growing up. Physical first guys, they usually learned early that needing someone emotionally was dangerous. So they keep that part locked away. And when things start getting too close, they're out. They need space. That sounds a lot like an avoidant attachment style. Meanwhile, emotions first can show up in different ways. Sometimes it's secure attachment. You're comfortable with both intimacy and independence. So it just feels right to you when emotions and physical intimacy go together. But Sometimes emotions first comes from anxious attachment. You need tons of reassurance before you can be vulnerable with someone. You're scanning for signs they'll stick around, that they really like you, that you're safe with them. And you know what? That careful attention to emotional cues, it can lead to deeper and more meaningful connections when you do find the right guy. In any case, both emotions first and physical first are completely valid. They're strategies that help us survive whatever we went through when we were young. And some people actually spend decades not even knowing which type we really are. They don't even know they are emotions first until after years of no emotion encounters. Then, at an older age, they realize that they want more. I was thinking about the reasons for that. Maybe as we get older, we stop trying so hard to fit the mold. We finally admit what we actually need. Maybe we just get comfortable enough in our own skin to say, this isn't working for me. Maybe it's losing friends and realizing how precious real connection is. Or sometimes you just feel you had enough. In the case of physical first guys, after enough casual encounters, they might start craving something deeper. And emotions first guys, after enough vulnerability, they might build walls for a while. Some guys might move between the two types, depending on where they are in life. After getting hurt, they might shut down emotionally for a while. And when they feel safe again, they open back up. We're not fixed categories. We're humans responding to what life throws at us. Now, both types can find happiness. The problem isn't being one or the other. It's when we force ourselves to be something we're not. When we feel there's something wrong with us for wanting something different than mainstream gay culture. When we let hookup culture convince us that emotions first means we're bad gays or somehow less than. If you need connection before physical intimacy, that's totally valid. That's how you're wired, and you're definitely not the only one who wants that. And honestly, in a culture that often treats being physical like ordering takeout, wanting something deeper, that takes courage and emotional maturity. Let me know in the comments, are you emotions first or physical first? And did it change for you over time? Love you all.